This is it. The final night at camp. We've completed our task. This was our home. It's such a cute little place. Tonight it's snowing, the last day. G'day everyone, hello, welcome to another video. This is a video I've been meaning to film for quite a while. I put a poll up on my Instagram asking if there was any questions about my Wim Hof Freeze the Fear experience, which I was blown away at how many questions you guys had about this show and experience. And I'm not surprised, to be honest, because wasn't it a great show? It really was amazing. I loved every second of it. Hence the fact I wanted to do this video for you guys, because so many of you have sent me gorgeous messages. Actually, first and foremost, thank you to everyone who sent me a lovely message during the whole 6 weeks. I can't believe it's already been 6 weeks done and dusted. I just wanted to say thank you before starting this video, because yeah, you were all very, very kind to me. So without further ado, or is it adieu? Without further ado, or adieu, I'm not sure how you actually properly say that word, adieu. Let's get into the questions, because there are a lot. I've gone through and typed out a few of my faves, quite a lot there, but they're not really in order. So I'm going to try my hardest to sort of do it in some kind of order. But let's begin, shall we? Oh, by the way, I am indeed in a hotel room in Blackpool. So you can probably hear a bit of a crashing sound every now and then, like so, which is actually the beachfront right there. And it's, I mean, it's not the best of days out there, so it's quite windy and choppy and quite Blackpool-y. So a great day to sit inside and do this video. Right, so I'm going to begin. Why did I decide to go on the show? So basically they called me up and we had a little interview. In the interview, it was quite vague, if I'm honest. I knew that Wim Hof was involved, which was purely why I was super excited about this, because I've watched loads of Wim on YouTube. I loved what he was doing with people and I found it very, very fascinating. So I was like, oh, I would really like to experience that. But then there was the other side of it where they said, how do you feel about jumping out of a plane? How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? And I was a bit like, I said, to be honest, those things really petrify me. I said, I don't know how I would go with that, but I'm being very honest with you. And that was that. Anyway, they called me and said, yes, we'd love to have you on the show. So yeah, it was literally like a month later and I was packing my bags to actually head to the show. So it was all quite quick turnaround. They kept it all very, very secret. In fact, I think I said this in my other video, it was if you haven't watched my other video, actually, I do have a video of my going into the tent when I was actually in Italy. Because it was filmed in Italy, we had to fly over there and sort of quarantine for 5 days in a hotel first, and then move to another hotel and wait until our camp was ready. So I've got a video on my YouTube channel about that whole situation. So go watch that if you would like to. If not, don't bother. Next question. I'll start with the sort of simpler ones and then we'll crack on for a little bit more of the hardcore questions at the end. Someone said, how did I cope without my phone? So basically it was like, was it 12 or 14 days? One of the two, I can't actually remember now. I had to hand my phone, my laptop, absolutely everything in. I think the only thing that a couple of them were allowed with their Kindles to read their books on. So literally there was no contact with anybody. And at first I thought, oh wow, this is going to be a really weird feeling not having your phone, because you're so reliant on it on a daily basis. I can't tell you how amazing it was. The first maybe day I kept thinking I'd lost my phone. I kept going like, oh, where did I put my phone? And I was like, no, I don't have it. I haven't lost it because I don't have it. It was a really, really refreshing thing. Like, one of the things I found was, obviously you talk more to people because you're not constantly like this. And I really loved whenever we would get on the bus to go somewhere, this made me like sit in the car and really like look out the window and look at where I was and look at like the beauty that was around me. And that was just something in itself. I was like, wow, like I have such great memories now in my head of exactly where we went, and like I can picture it all in my mind because I wasn't sat there like this when we were driving to these locations. And it was a beautiful scenery, so beautiful. So actually I was really upset when I had to get my phone back. And a little secret, every probably 3 or 4 days, they would let us make one phone call for like 10 minutes. And I would call Joe every like 3 or 4 days, but we weren't allowed to tell them what we'd done or anything like that. It was purely just like a check-in call, and it was really nice. They definitely got me through. So yeah, I did get to call Joe every now and then. And actually on the final night, they didn't show any of this on the telly, but the final night that we were in the camp, before we did the bridge jump, we had messages from our loved ones, and Lee and Holly came into the tent and they showed us all the messages, and Joe did a lovely message for me, and it was beautiful.
Hi Dart, I just want to say that we are so proud of you for this last couple of weeks. How long have you been gone for? It seems like you've been gone for forever. Miss you incredibly. We are all so proud of you. Not just me, but also the entire family. You're all that we talk about, to be honest. Every conversation is about what we predict you're getting up to and how you're getting on. And stupid things like how cold you reckon she is. Probably quite cold. I think about you every single day whilst holding a block of ice or ice cube, just to sort of feel like I'm involved. I mean, you're probably looking at this thinking, that's nothing, Joe. That's like day one stuff. Easy stuff right now. For me, too cold. I'm putting it back down again. You've also met a load of others on the trip. Hello, I'm Joe. I'm Diane's boyfriend. Thank you very much for looking after Diane for this entire process. I predict that she would have cried at least twice during this whole thing. But it's so nice to know that you've all been there looking out for each other and looking after her and stuff. So thank you very much. I'm looking forward to hopefully meeting you all as well in the future. But also, best of luck for this rope swing that I've heard about. Rope swing? It's a rope swing, but on a bridge. Bridge rope swing. Swing rope. Yeah, bridge swing. Be brave. Take on board what Wim's taught you. The breathing thing. There's got to be a breathing thing in there. Do the breathing thing before you do it, and you'll be absolutely fine. Can't wait to have you home. Cannot wait to have you home, but also I am just so excited for you to come home and tell me all the stories, and also get to watch it. I forget that we actually get to watch this on television at some point. Miss you loads, but also so proud of you. Love you lots. Mwah. See you soon. Bye.
Yeah, that was a real nice thing for us, but they obviously didn't show that on the telly, but we all loved that moment. Someone said the tent looked so cozy, were they? This was actually on the day that we were leaving, so the tent is in a little bit of a mess, but that was my bed right there. We are all packing to go home, and I'll leave you with this little bit.
But we did find that
Oh, that leather move.
yeah, it's back in the toilet.
Tamsin trying to steal the rug.
I'm trying to find a leather.
Trying to see if they got a screwdriver to hand just to get the rug up that she wants to take home. Documentation.
Also, don't send this to him yet. I've put a little something in Patrice's luggage.
Ah.
But when he takes it out, he's going to really laugh.
He'll laugh. Okay, that's amazing. Oh, speak of the devil.
When I start doing my interview.
Speak of the devil.
Where have you been?
Look.
And this is just a little bit of the outside. Up there was Wim's tent. In here was where we would go and do our cold showers. We'd also have our hot showers in there as well, but mainly cold showers. It was a cute little, you know, Scandinavian looking bathroom. And look at that view. It was honestly absolutely stunning. That was our campfire down there. And as we walk around the decking,
it got even more beautiful. We had a gorgeous little hot tub, and you know, the views. I just can't even deal with the views. They were just so beautiful. Although we didn't use this part a hell of a lot, but it was still there. We still used it a couple of times. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Ah, the tents. They were super cozy, and our food would come every day in like this crate, and they'd like leave it outside, and we had an intercom. They would be like, Hoffers, your breakfast is now outside in the crate. Please go out and get it. There was always such amazing food every night, especially like our lunch and dinners if we were there. On site, we obviously had different catering, but when we were in the tent, the tentet, as Owain says, it was amazing. The food, yeah, I had very nice Italian dishes. So I can't remember what that was. Oh yeah, it was the tent cozy. It really was. I personally loved the tent. We had a fireplace as well that Alfie was mainly in charge of. He would wake up of a morning, put the fire on. Every morning I would make everyone a coffee. It was lovely. Oh, someone also asked, actually, I think this was like a little bit lower down in the questions, but while we're on the tentet, what time did they wake you up of a morning? It was, I think, 7 a.m. every morning, or sometimes 6:30 if we had to go to an earlier challenge. The lights would just go pop, and then that was it. Everyone's awake. And then at night as well, at 10:30, the lights would dim, and you had to keep your mic on until literally the last second that you were like, okay, I'm going to bed now, and then take your mic off. I think that's as much tentet questions. If there's any more, we'll go back to it. Have I kept anything that I learned from the show? Yes, I have. I literally did my cold shower this morning, and just yesterday before the show, I did my Wim Hof breathing. I find the breathing really helps me. In fact, after this, I'm going to do a session of breathing. The cold showers make me feel incredible, especially if I'm like at the moment touring. My body's going through a lot of stress every night, dancing so full on. So the cold showers, and I do ice baths after my shows as well. I used to just do the legs, but I am now doing the full body ice bath. I had an ice bath last night. And the breathing, there's something that when I do the breathing, I just instantly have so much more energy. So I have definitely kept up the breathing and the cold showers. Have I kept in contact with the rest of the cast? Yes, I have. We have a WhatsApp group called the Hoffers. Is it the Naughty Hoffers or the Hoffers? It might be the Naughty Hoffers. There was one night we tried to actually get Patrice to leave the camp because we woke up in the middle of the night. This is obviously not shown on the TV, but we all woke up about like midnight, and we were all hungry. Like we were like, we want sweets, we want candy. And we were like children, like it was like a sleepover. And we're like, Patrice, we want sweets. Can you go get us some? And we knew that there was like a tent, another tent down the bottom, which was like production tent that had all the sweets, all the chocolates, everything, which they would often bring up to us whatever we asked for. They were so good, they would bring to us. But because it was so late at night, we were like, Patrice, why don't you just sneak out and go and get some sweets for us and bring them back? So Patrice was like, yeah, all right, I'll go. So Patrice goes out, and they thought that like Patrice was trying to escape or something. They're like, Mayday, Mayday, literally saying Mayday. Patrice is like, whoa, I'm just trying to get sweets. And they were like, okay, we'll bring you some sweets up, don't worry. So then they bought us all these Haribos. And so our chat icon is Haribos. And we always say, Mayday, Mayday. It's just a funny moment. I think it's one of those that you had to be there. Probably me chatting about it now, everyone's like, yeah, cool story, Diane, nice one. But actually it was a really funny moment. And there was many a funny moment in that tent. If I got the opportunity to do it all again, would I say yes? I would, if it was with all the same people. Like I say, loved them, and we all do still stay in contact. Actually, I have also got a video message from Owain, because obviously you all saw the connection that I had with Owain. I absolutely love this boy. He is incredible, and I actually asked him to do a little message for me for this video, so here it is.
Darlings, hello, and Babette, I miss you. Honestly, since we finished filming Freeze, there's been a void in my life because every morning I'd wake up, or rather they would turn the house lights on and we'd all be like, oh, what's going on? I can't see. And I would look to my right, and next to me, in the bed next to me, was Dianne, Babette, and she'd always say, morning Babette, let's get a little coffee. And since then, the friendship has been locked in, babes. And Di, I just wanted to say thanks to you because you're a great friend and you helped me through some of the hardest challenges I've ever had to face during that show. And I am thrilled that you're in my life. Mwah, I love you. Darlings, you'll notice I've put on something sporty. I'm feeling très sporty in this sort of, I don't know what to call it. Let's call it a sports jacket. But I'm here with my second Babette, which is the Percussive Princess, the drum kit. So I wanted to say thanks as well to everyone who sent some lovely messages about Freeze and about me and Dianne. Basically, we just had a lol every day, babe, didn't we? And we were also terrified. So I'm sending you all of my love. Mwah! Darlings, look after yourselves. Babette, I'll see you soon.
I actually adore him so much. And we really did click from the word go. So I love him, and hopefully one day we'll see him on Strictly, eh? I have no idea, by the way. I have no idea. Don't even know who's rumoured for Strictly this year, but if he was on Strictly and I didn't dance with him, I'd be gutted. But I'd be really happy for him, but gutted. But still really happy for him. Anyway, that's Owain. And I was close with everyone, but special place in my heart for Owain, forever and a day. Was it better or harder than I expected? It was certainly better. Harder, I expected it to be hard, and I expected it to be something where I was not comfortable. So yeah, I think I went into it going, okay, Dianne, you're going to feel uncomfortable at times and you're going to find things hard, but you need to give everything a good shot, and that is what I believe I did. What challenge was the most rewarding? I mean, obviously the bridge jump, but we're going to get into that, I think, in a bit. So I won't talk about that too much yet, but that was my most rewarding, and I'll tell you why in a bit. Joe wrote to me and said, was it cold? It was very cold. Some of the things we did, wow. Yeah, it was very cold. It was very cold. All the challenges were super, super cold. But I liked that. It did make me realise the cold is not as bad as we all think. I think a real breakthrough was Owain. When I say despise the cold, he was so worried about doing any cold exposure. Like, talking to him before the show, he couldn't imagine himself being in cold water and being okay with that. And then towards the end, wow, he was an absolutely changed person. Did I feel the pressure of the cameras whilst trying to face your fears? No. I didn't. I literally forgot the cameras were there. It was filmed so beautifully and the crew was so amazing. Everyone was so calm, and there was never any pressure, not from the camera, not from the producers, not from the crew. Maybe day one, you kind of went, oh gosh, like, okay, I'm wearing a microphone constantly around my neck, and everywhere you moved, a camera would follow you. Like, there was never a time a camera wasn't on you, and except for when you showered and went to the toilet. But after like the first day, I kind of went, oh, like, I felt so comfortable with everyone that you just didn't worry. Did we get to choose the color of our coats? So we didn't really get to choose the color, but we did like an interview prior to the show starting, and we had like a fitting, and basically they said, oh, you're going to be in the green, which I was super, like a kind of aqua color, which I was super happy about. I was like, oh, Little Mermaid vibes, love it. But Owain was a bit gutted that he was in yellow. He's like, babes, yellow is not my color. And I was like, well, you are a ray of sunshine, so yes, it is your color.
Let me put my gloves on as well.
We just found Owain's car
So
on brand. If only that house behind you had a tinge of yellow to it,
oh my God,
then this would be the perfect picturesque.
I've broken my zip.
And it was all yellow.
I love that brooch.
Oh my God, a little brooch. There we go.
There you go. Get the yellow gloves on. But most of them, yeah, no, none of us got to really choose our color. We were allocated allocated colors, and I was just very lucky with my color, I guess. Does the breathing really work? A lot of people ask me about the breathing and like what I experienced in, I think it was episode 2, where obviously you see me get really upset with the breathing. And basically we did quite a lot of rounds into it, so I really took myself into this, and when I went into that room, I said, I want to give this my all, because I could have gone in there and thought, nah, this isn't for me, and not really gone with what he was saying and gone with my breath and really took those breaths in, really took those breaths out. And it honestly did go to a certain place in my brain where I was just thinking of like past experiences, things that weren't necessarily the best moments in my life, but it did take me to that place, which is why I got quite emotional. But then at the end, because I almost released it, it was like I was holding on to those emotional moments. Because I really delved into it and then I released it out, after you feel like a sense of relief, like, okay, I've acknowledged those moments now. Now they can go. Like since that, I haven't thought about those moments, because I feel like I kind of let them go whilst I was doing the breathing. I guess the breathing isn't for everyone. Like Patrice didn't really find anything from it. Chelsea, towards the end she did, but during the first one, she was like, I didn't feel anything. And that's fine as well. I think everyone's going to be really different in the breathing as to how far it takes you. But yeah, quite a few of us really did go into it and really tap into some trauma, which is what it does. You know, it brings trauma to the surface, and then you're able to release that trauma, enable you to sort of move on and feel good about, you know, acknowledging the fact that you've thought about this moment. You're holding on to it too much, obviously. Let it go, move on. So that's how I felt, and I found it quite fascinating and I loved it. Hence why I still do it now. When I do it now though, I don't do as many rounds, and so it's more now for me to feel good in my body rather than trying to unlock trauma. Do I have any regrets? None whatsoever. Don't believe in them. Would I want to swim under the ice now? Someone said. I guess it's the same as any regrets, but no, I think the choice I made at that particular time was obviously right for me. And that is something I've really learned, like from this show, is that I was really upset when I did not go under the ice, right? So I was upset with myself because I thought I could do that. Why couldn't I do that? I panicked as soon as I went in the water.
As you are.
Which instantly this part up here was not in the right place of mind to go under. But then actually coming out and now looking back and thinking about it, I would not have done that any different, because it taught me that maybe going under that ice was just something I wanted to do to say I've done that, you know. There are going to be things in life that you don't want to do, and it is okay to say no to things, which we learned throughout this series. I think Patrice was the same. It is so powerful to say no. Same with Stephen when he didn't do the bridge jump. It does teach you that it's not always about saying, yes, I'm going to do this. If you say no, that is also just as powerful and just as strong. So I think that has definitely taught me a massive lesson. You can face your fears, but also equally, if you don't want to do that, you're absolutely fine by saying no. Hence why I don't have any regrets of not going under the ice. What did I experience whilst I was in the cold water? So there was a few times we did the cold water. There was the first jump in where we just literally jumped into this ice hole and then came out, and that was beautiful. I must say that was so exhilarating. Like I even dunked my head under again, so I was like, it felt so good. Like my body was like bubbling. Then there was the ice immersion where we had to submerge ourselves into ice like slowly, and I think I stayed in there for like 12 minutes or something like that. And also that was a nice experience too. Mostly my cold exposure experiences were really, really nice. I really liked them. Hence why I still do ice stuff now, because of the feeling you get afterwards. Okay, let's talk about bridge jump, and then we're gonna end because I've already been chatting for nearly 30 minutes. Bridge jump. How did you feel standing on the bridge before jumping? If I'm honest, I wasn't gonna do the bridge jump. I didn't think I was gonna do the bridge jump. I went the whole week, because we saw the bridge jump on day 2, okay? So we had lots of time to think about this bridge jump. And I think I just kept saying to myself, there's no chance I'm doing that bridge jump. From the minute I saw it, I went, nah, she's all good. Like, you know, I'm not doing the bridge jump. So in my head, it was like, no. Comes to the day, we're driving there. I'm feeling quite nervous because I think a little bit inside me actually really wanted to do the bridge jump, because I thought I want to experience it. You know, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and if I don't do it, I feel like I'll always be wondering what it was like to do it. Whereas the under the ice swim, I haven't really thought about what it was like going under. That hasn't been a thing. Hence why I feel like I made the right decision with the ice, because I've not thought about it since. So anyway, we get there. Obviously I'm going first. So we go up, and when they were harnessing me up, they said I was just a shade of white. Literally, they give you like a minute to run through like what you have to do when you jump off. They tell you that if you don't jump off the bridge like yourself on the count of 1, so they go 1, and then you're released. There's nothing else holding you, you just go. We practiced on like a ledge, and you've got to hold your harness. Make sure you're always holding that, and on the 1 you must take the leap and jump backwards. And I was like, okay, that just stuck in my head, like on the 1 jump back, on the 1 jump back, because I really didn't want to go head first. I didn't want to like fall in an awkward way and be like, that would have been even worse. So in my head, jump on the 1, Dianne, don't be scared, just jump on the 1. But then I'm also thinking, okay, I'm learning this, but is she actually going to do it? Probably not. So then you get over the edge, and what they didn't show on the TV is I actually said to them, okay, I'm good, can I come back over? And I had one leg over, ready to come back over the edge. Like I went over, I looked, and I was like, nah, can't do it, I want to come back over. And they said, okay, that's absolutely fine. Come back over. Had one leg over, ready to get off that bridge, ready to stand back on the bridge, and be like, absolutely not. And then Wim was like, but if you want to, just try and breathe your way through this. Like, try and calm down whatever it is that's chatting to you, going, panic stations. And I said, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to just try and breathe through it. So I took my leg back over, and I breathed. Still was, you know, packing it. But the breathing did definitely help me just rationalize things a bit more. And then we did quite a few little countdowns, and he kept counting down from 5. Women was like, okay, let's count down from 5. And then each time I was like, no. And again, they didn't, my jump was very, very long. They really shortened it. And then there was the one, they showed this bit on the clip where they count back from 3.
Good.
Okay.
You can do this! 3! No!
As you just saw, he counted from 3. And I was like, oh my God, no, absolutely not. You've been counting from 5 and now you're counting from 3? You need to give me the 5. So I panicked. I was like, panic stations, no. That's why I go, no, I don't know if I can do this. And then obviously he said something to me, this part in the clip.
You say goodbye to the past!
And as you can see there, my face kind of goes, yeah, you're right. Like, let go of the past. Let go of it. Let go of the fear. Let go of thinking you're not good enough, which is obviously what was embedded in my head, because I don't actually remember saying, but when I was on there, I was like, I might not be as good as the people down there.
I have to be okay with the fact that I might not be as good as everyone else down there that can do this, but
that obviously was something that's embedded in my head, because I don't remember saying that. When he said, let go of the past, let go of thinking you're not good enough, which is something that I've always thought from a young little girl dancing. But then when he said, you are the best version of yourself.
But you are the best of yourself.
Yes.
It was like, yes, I am. And oh, it makes me get goosebumps now. But just thinking that, I think it's something that everyone should take in their life, that you are, it's so simple, but so powerful and so important, that every single person is their best version of themselves. And we're also guilty of looking at other people, whether it be through Instagram, whether it be just someone walking down the street and going, oh, so much better than me, so much prettier than me, so much, this person's doing a better job at work than me. No, you're doing the best that you can do. You're no one else but you. So by thinking this thought process in my head, I was like, yeah, I am. And I wanted to jump off that bridge to let go of all of those feelings and know that I did that for me. That was a moment in time where I went, I'm doing this for me and no one else. And I didn't want to do the bridge swing if it was just to say I did the bridge swing. I wanted there to be a valid reason for me to do the bridge swing, is for me to feel good about myself, because I am enough. I am worthy of standing on this bridge. I'm worthy of jumping off, and I'm worthy of coming up and feeling amazing about myself, because I did this for me and no one else. And when I did it, I can't express the amount of joy I had. I was so happy, so proud.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so proud of myself.
You did it on your own. Yeah. Run.
Oh, that's amazing.
And ever since that moment, I have literally felt so different. And I know it sounds cliche. I know it sounds like, yeah, whatever, Dianne. But in everyday life now, I have put this to practice, where I am the best version of myself. And I'm doing the Strictly Pro tour now. And there would have been times back in the past where I would be doing this tour thinking, oh gosh, I wonder if they're going to think I'm not good enough to be on this stage, or that stuff would have crossed my mind. I don't have any of those thoughts anymore. I literally go out every single night and I just think I am the best version of myself. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. So yeah, there is also some questions about how I opened up about eating disorders, which that's going to be a whole nother video. I'm going to be doing a fair bit of that over on my Buswellness account, so please watch out for that. I've got some really exciting things, and hopefully things that are going to help people out to do with eating disorders. So that is going to be over on my Buswellness. If you don't follow my Buswellness, I have an Instagram page. I also have a Buswellness YouTube, which I'm trying to get my yoga videos up on that very, very soon. I wanted to thank you all for sending in your questions. Thank you all for the support once again. And I hope it helped you, this show, in some way, shape or form. It certainly helped me, and I know it definitely helped my other friends that were in the series with me. So guys, thank you very much for listening, for watching. Love you lots. Have an amazing day, and speak soon. Bye bye.